Hello, I'm here to share with you today some tapping. Tapping is another word for emotional freedom technique, EFT. I love this technique for when nothing else works. So most of the time I can meditate myself to sleep. I can make myself feel better just through self-talk and things when things are getting intense. But not all the time. Sometimes doesn't matter how much I meditate or do my yoga practice or use my other self-help tools, my mind can still get away on me and it can keep me up at night, and I can still get anxiety. So when all else fails, I always come back to my tapping. So this tapping sequence is specifically for helping you to sleep. Now, you can use it for a wide range of issues, not only for sleep, but today we're just focusing on helping us to go to sleep and get back to sleep if we've woken up in the night. So quite often we might go to sleep fairly easily because we're really tired, but then 2 or 3 hours later we wake up and we can feel frustrated and anxious because we're awake and we should be sleeping and we need to get back to sleep, and then because the mind starts cycling around, it keeps us awake even more. And then if you're prone to anxiety, you might then get other sensations in your body. One of the things that used to happen to me was I used to get all this tingliness in my arms and legs, and when I was worried and anxious, and especially at night when I couldn't sleep. So yeah, it's funny what can come up with these things, but I found that tapping really helped to calm my body down and calm my mind down. So how it works is we're using acupressure points. So we've got different ones all over the face. We've got them all over the body. If you've ever had acupuncture, you would have had a needle in one of these points. And we've got them on the hands, and we're going to use the easiest ones to touch with our hands, and not using needles. We're not doing acupuncture, of course, but we're doing an acupressure movement where we're tapping on the points, so there's a kinetic energy. So this kinetic energy comes into the acupressure point and it will travel to the medulla in the brain, and it tells the brain, I'm safe, I'm okay, and it switches off your fight and flight, because quite often we're not sleeping because we're in stress mode, we're in our fight and flight, and the body needs to think it needs to stay alert because there's a threat. We could be in fear around something that's going on in our lives, and the brain, it's wonderful organ, but sometimes it doesn't know when to switch off, and even though we are safe, the brain still thinks there's a threat because the fight or flight system is still activated. So this will deactivate your fight and flight, and just by tapping at least 10 times on these points, we will then switch on the rest and recovery. So that's the parasympathetic state. So sympathetic state is your fight or flight, parasympathetic is your rest and recovery. So if we run in fight or flight majority of the time, we end up developing chronic stress symptoms, and it can then ultimately lead to poor health and heart attacks and physical manifestations of the stress. So it's very important that your body learns how to switch off the fight or flight when it needs to. We cannot stay and function in that state 24/7. The body will give up in the end. So this is a fantastic tool. It's so quick, it's so easy. You feel a bit silly, especially if you're doing this in public, but most of the time you can do it privately in your bedroom, and it seems to work. So even people that I haven't had for a one-on-one appointment with this session, with this kind of technique, I've just told them what to do verbally. They've gone away and they've done it, and it's helped them to sleep. So I'm just so astounded by the results that I felt it was important for me to share and put it out there to more people, because so many people come to me with sleep issues. So let's do a round of tapping. So we're going to start on the karate chop point of the hand, And using the 3 fingers on the other hand, we're going to start tapping here. Now this is your first point of contact where we start, and we're going to work our way to the crown, through the face and through some other spots until we've finished 1 round of tapping, and then we'll do 3 rounds of tapping. So this karate chop, so this alone, just tapping with nothing else, is going to help you switch on that rest and recovery and help your body to calm down, your nervous system to calm down, and your thoughts to quieten. So the mind becomes more still. It's amazing. But even more powerful is to use affirmations and words. So I'm going to say it out loud. If you were on your own at home, you could say it within your own head. And I'm going to say something that would resonate with someone who isn't sleeping, and you can change your words in your mind to match how you feel. So the first thing we do is acknowledge how we're feeling and why, and we accept it. So even though I'm struggling to sleep right now because my mind is busy, I still love and accept myself. So you can repeat this with me. Even though I'm struggling to sleep right now because my mind is busy and I'm worried about something, I still completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm struggling to sleep right now because I'm worried, anxious, that I won't get back to sleep, I choose to let that go. And then we move to the crown, so on the very centre of the top of the head. So all this worry about not sleeping, the anxiety that I'm going to feel tired tomorrow, we move to the inner eyebrow, the outer eye. I'm choosing to let all this worry go. Coming under the nose, all this anxiety because I'm awake and I should be sleeping, and the chin. I know that I'll go to sleep soon. This is just a soft spot under the collarbone about here. And then under the arm around where the bra strap would be. So all this tension, anxiety, it's all gone onto the outside of the thumb and all the fingers now. All this worry about not sleeping. I'm letting all that go now. I know I'm safe, and I know I'll fall asleep soon. Then we go back to the back of the hand. There's a little soft spot here. It's very good at times of trauma and shock, this one. And then we go around again, straight to the crown, so you don't need to do the karate chop on the second round. So you can use the words that resonate with you. So you might be feeling some tension in your head. If you do experience any physical symptoms, I really recommend acknowledging those. So this tension in my head, this churning in my belly, whatever it might be, tightness in my chest, I'm letting it all go. I'm doing one more round, about 10 taps to each spot, to the thumb and the fingers. I know I have a busy day tomorrow, but I know I'll be okay. Back to the crown. Letting go of all this worry. Calming my busy mind down to the outer eye. There's 2 spots around the eye, the outer eye and then under the eye. Under the nose. Under the chin. I'm starting to feel sleepy now. I feel more relaxed. My body is now feeling safe, comfortable in my bed. And I'll fall asleep soon. To the collarbone, under the arm. thumb and fingers. So that's 3 rounds. And then we finish back on the top of the hand. You can even give it a little rub. And then you can close your eyes and take 3 beautiful deep breaths into the heart. So you fill up the heart. Pause. And then exhale all the way out. Now you can even count to 6 if that's possible. If it's too long, shorten it. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. And exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then you can breathe naturally and reassess if you need to do more tapping. By this point, I've normally already fallen asleep before I've even got to the deep breathing. I like to spend more time on these 2 particular ones, under the nose and the chin. They really work well for me, and if I stay there long enough, that's when I start to feel really drowsy. Some people really like the top of the crown. So you have a play at home with all these points. If you would like more information, you can send me an email or a text, and I have a worksheet with a picture with these acupressure points on, so you've got a visual, so you don't have to watch the video each time. But it tends to become quite easy and natural once you've practiced it a couple of nights in a row. And you could either try doing it before you sleep and seeing if it helps you to sleep through, or just use it at times when you wake up and you can't get back to sleep. I've had results both ways. I hope it helps you, and again, like I said, you would just repeat another 3, and you can change the words up to suit how you're feeling. So it's an acceptance of how you're feeling, acknowledging why you feel that way, and then permission to let it go. And that you love yourself regardless of all these feelings. And hopefully you'll sleep better, and even if you don't sort of go to sleep straight away, it'll help calm any anxieties that you're feeling around not being able to sleep. I have lots of other tips that I'll be sharing on this blog that I'm writing about sleep. So the tapping is definitely a go-to for me, but there's other little things that I need most nights in order to set myself up for a good sleep that's become part of my nighttime routine. So I'll be sharing those with you too. If you've tried this technique and you're still having issues, then please come and see me for a one-on-one. There is another element to the tapping called matrix re-imprinting, where we actually go into the subconscious and see if we can find the root cause to the sleep issues. And that takes a little bit of inner work, where we can go into different memories and experiences and into the emotions that are possibly causing this issue. And it takes perhaps 1 session for some people, could take a couple. So yeah, you can come and see me for one-on-one if you'd like more help, if this isn't enough. All right, well, thank you for watching and listening and tapping with me. I hope you feel relaxed just from that little session. And if you have any feedback and any results or not results, please let me know, because I love feedback either way, constructive or positive, so that I can keep working to improve things this end. All right, thank you. Namaste.